It was one of the biggest nights on the Revolution Pro Wrestling calendar this past Sunday at Cardiff's Vale Arena. 4 championship matches, 2 Revolution Road semi-finals, and much, much more to get through as we brought to you 2026's edition of Epic Encounter. We began our action with Subculture, Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster making their return to RevPro for the first time in almost 2 years, taking on Leon Cage and Tommy Vril. Something of a clash of generations of Welsh wrestling, an all-action opener in the Vale Arena, but ultimately it was Subculture who got the 1, 2, 3 and a victory on their return to RevPro. Up next, the first of 2 semi-finals in the Revolution Road tournament as Connor Mills went one-on-one with JJ Gale, and with a huge amount at stake, given that only one could go to the final of Revolution Road. But the decisive moment came when Mills momentarily took his eye off the ball. JJ Gale finally hit the Gale Force. 3 seconds later, the heart and soul of RevPro was into the final of Revolution Road, leaving Connor Mills looking more despondent than perhaps we've ever seen him. 2 of the best in the UK, if not the world, one-on-one next as Kangji took on Rio. This was another match that was going to be decided by the narrowest of margins, and so it was. Rio eking out a victory over Kangji. Rio said before this match she believes herself to be the true #1 contender for the undisputed British Women's Championship. Well, she's certainly done her prospects no harm whatsoever with victory here over Kangji. The first of the night's 4 championship matches. Up next, Joe Lando defending the undisputed British Cruiserweight Championship against Cameron Kai, a man who had pinned him 3 times in the month leading up to Epic Encounter. Kai was in Cardiff without any of his mentors from the Slater Dojo. Lando brought his A-game to Cardiff, kicking out of the ping shot cutter before nailing his own JJ elbow from the top rope, securing the 1, 2, 3. When it mattered, Lando got it done. He is still your undisputed British Cruiserweight champion. Unfortunately though, Cameron Kai, sore loser that he is, attacked Lando after the bell. Thankfully for Lando, his friend Leighton Buzzard was once more in attendance. Buzzard had said he would be in Cardiff in case Kai tried any funny business, and he was there to come to Lando's aid when it mattered. Up next, a grudge match between a much-changed Shah Samuels and a man who used to be one of his proteges, Nino Bryant. And in the closing moments of this rematch, it looked like he was going to put Samuels down with a Bryant splash. Hit it once, went for it a second time, but on that second time, Samuels caught him in midair with a devastating spine buster. The East End Butcher securing the pinfall win over the eldest of the Flying Bryants and rubbing it in his face afterwards. Samuels with what will no doubt be a highly satisfying victory for him. Undisputed British tag team titles on the line up next. It was at last year's Epic Encounter that the Young Guns became the champions. Now 13 months later, defending against Xander and Leland Bryant, who earned the right by becoming the #1 contenders the previous week in London. Without doubt, the Bryants were the underdogs going into this one, but they wrestled almost a perfect match against the champions. Ultimately, it was a single mistake that cost them. Bryants went for the pin on Ethan Allen after a pair of Bryant splashes, not realizing that Luke Jacobs had made the tag that he was the legal man. Jacobs then ran in, locked in an STF, forced a tap out, and the Young Guns won yet again. Up next, the second of our 2 semi-finals in the Revolution Road tournament, and a match that TK Cooper had been waiting for 10 long months since he last faced Michael Oku. But try as he might, as the match developed in Cardiff, Cooper was just unable to defeat Oku. Before too long, Cooper found himself locked in Oku's signature half crab. But at that moment, the rivalry that will seemingly never end reignited. Connor Mills, still bitter from his defeat earlier in the evening, appeared at ringside, helped Cooper to make the ropes in that half crab, and off the back of the distraction, Cooper hit the ripcord headbutt and secured the victory that he had craved for so many months. TK Cooper into the finals of the Revolution Road tournament for the 2nd year in a row. Mills glared at Oku after the match. Cooper just couldn't stop gloating, and the combination of those 2 factors sent Michael Oku over the edge. Oku unleashed a vicious post-match assault on Cooper. Oku completely snapping as his dream of becoming a 3-time undisputed British heavyweight champion hit the rocks, courtesy of both Cooper and Connor Mills. Up next, Amira Blair had the biggest match of her career, challenging Alexis Falcon for the undisputed British Women's Championship. Amira had promised that she would hit a trio of spears on Alexis Falcon en route to defeating her. She did hit 3 spears in a row, but Falcon was able to kick out. Falcon then proceeded to hit the Falcon's Fury and the off with her head, ensuring that Amira Blair's week did not have a fairy tale ending. Falcon, the Iron Queen, and still the undisputed British Women's Champion. But Falcon, showing a total lack of class, got in the face of a disconsolate Amira Blair after the bell. Amira ultimately fought back against her until Sky Smithson also got involved, the woman who had initially challenged Amira to a match at Epic Encounter. Smithson and Falcon then with a double team assault on Amira until the music of Danny Luna hit. An opportune moment for Luna to return to Revolution Pro Wrestling, evening the odds and helping out Amira Blair in her hour of need. And so to the final piece of business on an eventful night in Cardiff. The undisputed British Heavyweight Championship on the line. Jade Joshua defending against Will Cruz. It was like 2 freight trains colliding in a match that ultimately settled into what would be a war of attrition. Joshua hit the pile driver, locked in a chokehold for the second time in the match. Will Cruz, on the point of unconsciousness, tapped out, and Jade Joshua somehow outlasted Cruz to retain the British Heavyweight Championship in his hometown. We know, though, that the opponents will keep on coming for Jade Joshua. RevPro is headed back to Porchester Hall live in London Sunday, May the 3rd, when we will have the finals of the Revolution Road Tournament. It's going to be JJ Gale versus TK Cooper. Whoever wins that will go to the Doncaster Dome at the Revolution Rumble May 17th to face Joshua for the undisputed British Heavyweight Championship. So we hope you'll join us in London, in Doncaster, and throughout a busy May schedule for Revolution Pro Wrestling. In the meantime, I've been Dave Bradshaw, and this has been your RevPro Recap.